Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Aisha Mai. We have Carisha.
Assalamu alaikum.
And we have Nadia.
Okay.
And we are your hosts for All Things to Come. We are the All Things to Come podcast where we cover almost everything.
Everything.
Almost everything. We getting that down.
No, I even waited for Carisha, okay? I waited for Carisha.
Wait. I was almost there. I'm telling you, I'm the remix.
Right. She is always the remix. How y'all doing today?
Alhamdulillah.
Look, that was a whole paragraph. That was a whole paragraph. You don't even need to go through it. I am very sorry for being so late today. I know we had so many sisters waiting for us, especially about this subject right here, where we are trying to elevate the Ummah from generation to generation to generation, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're trying to do. So inshallah, we'll be able to do it today because today is a special day because Carisha is going to be asking Nadia and I questions. Well, probably our little intern will probably be asking questions in regards to experiences that I have as in raising a Muslim teenager, and also to Nadia, who was raised by revert parents. And so she basically was raised as a teenager to in this Western world. Mm-hmm. All right. But before we get started with that, please wanted you to know, I know Nadia doesn't like for us to say we are not scholars and we are not giving fatwas because that means that nobody should listen to us. But that's not the purpose of us saying that. We want to let you know that we are here educating each other. This is a sisterhood. Nobody has instructions except for the Quran. But even with that, we always need reminders. We always, have to talk to each other and have some social aspect. And this is the platform we're using to do that, to help each other educationally, to help each other with support, and also just to have a good time, because sometimes, especially as a Muslim sister, it is very hard to go out there and find friends that have the same morals that you do. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is why we say that, because we don't want anyone looking to us as if, oh, they're perfect and they want us to be like them. No, we are going to be talking about our faults. We are going to be talking about our successes, and we're going to laugh at it because, alhamdulillah, we made it through, right?
Right, exactly.
We made it through. And inshallah, whatever we discuss here, it will be something that will help us get through the next fitna or the next jihad that we have to go through, because you will always have something to go through until the day your test is over. So that's why we say that. Not for Nadia's reason, but to let you know that we're here for support. And here, this is where we want you to come to make your mistakes. This is where we want you to come and talk about the hard things that we are talking on Muslim Twitter. You know, there's a Muslim Twitter out there. We're always talking about Black Twitter, but there is a Muslim Twitter too. But once off of that Muslim Twitter, we really don't discuss it with each other. So All Things the Cobb covers almost everything. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So today, our discussion is raising Muslim teens. We have gone through the importance of an Islamic home. We have gone through the importance of our brothers to step up and be the foundation for the home. And now we want to discuss a sister's point of view in growing up that way or raising children that way. And inshallah, if you have any questions, please just go on ahead and type your comments and we'll discuss it, inshallah. So where's my little intern?
Oh, let me grab her. You know, she's with the miniature intern. So let me grab her. Okay. Let me grab her really quick.
Okay, inshallah. Well, while we're waiting for everybody to get it together, alhamdulillah, I wanted to tell you that this weekend has been a great weekend. This weekend, I saw my brother come down. I was finally able to see my father, alhamdulillah. And by the way, today he turned 77, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So I'm very excited about that. What else happened in our lives? The silence is golden around here. I don't know what's going on. You ready?
I didn't do much.
No, I know you were running around with your head cut off. We already discussed that. Okay. So I see we have 2 viewers.
Okay, here we go. Yes,
I see we have 2 viewers. So those 2 viewers, please give us a greeting so we can see you.
Yes, who's that?
Yeah. And here's Nadia coming on in.
Wait, who's there?
Okay. All right. So you want to go on ahead and start?
Okay. The intern is here.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so I will.
Okay, so I'm going to
go.
I tried to get rid of him. That's what happened. And he decided he wants to stay.
Oh, but the cat is here.
But this is my co-star, Saeed.
Hi, Saeed. I can't bring mine. I can't bring Neck to me, so.
I didn't want him here.
They're eating. Okay. Okay. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Mezika.
Mezika is the All Things Niqab intern. Alhamdulillah. How old are you?
I am 10. I'm at 11.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. And we have Miriam is here. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah, you're here. So I hear that you have some questions for us. Now, I raised a Muslim teen, but he happened to be, I only have boys. So my experience might be different, but I think it's good for you to know that too. And Nadia, her parents were reversed. So she was raised as a Muslim teen. So we're ready for your questions, inshallah.
Mine? Oh, okay. Okay, those are my questions.
Okay.
Is it different growing up? Is it different when you're adult, when you're Muslim, and when a convert is Muslim and is adult? Is there any difference really?
Okay, Nadia, you go first.
You're asking, is it different being raised as a Muslim, different from being a convert?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sorry.
Yeah.
I say yeah. Yes, there is some differences. Because as we're born Muslims and raised in Islam, you kind of know the basics. Like your parents will teach you the Al-Fatiha, the last 3 surahs. So you have a begin and start. What I think is the same is that a revert, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aisha, is like a revert is just like a Muslim child. being brought up, because you still have to learn all these things.
Yes.
But when you're when you're little, you kind of grow into it, so it becomes something that's normal.
Right. So, for example, your kids, you might have an 8-year-old child that knows more Arabic than I do. You know, because I mean, they started off that way. You know, they started off that way. So yeah, that's a difference that I see between. That's one of the differences. But what did you see that was different when you were in school? Like, do you think that you were different from the Muslim?
I'm homeschooled, so
Yeah, I know you. But Nadia, what was the difference for you?
There were like rules and stuff that I, were in place for me that my other like colleagues or students in school and high school stuff didn't have to abide by.
Mm-hmm.
Like, teenage things like going out really late or having a relationships and stuff like that. I wasn't allowed to do.
Right.
And if I was like, I used to go with my friends, but I had a curfew. And my curfew was like when the lights come on. And it's like, if you're a teenager, like they're looking at you like, what do you mean if the lights come on? Like, we have to be home at a certain time and stuff. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't never really like religion, because I think when you're teens, you have your base, but you really want to socialize and be friends.
Right.
So there wasn't no major difference in that. I think in adulthood is when it starts changing, because now you have to identify yourself more than you were.
The experience that you're talking about is probably about the same as I had. Now, my father was very, very, I mean, he had me on lockdown. Okay. And when I say lockdown, it was like nobody spends the night, nobody coming over here. There's no boys, not until you're 16. That was his age. At 16, if I wanted to date, that was fine. But I was very, very, very sheltered. I think a lot of people put emphasis on the dress, the differences being the dress, which is the hijab for the girls. But even for me, for my sons, like they didn't wear belts and they didn't wear ties. I kept them within the limits of hijab, because men have a hijab too. So I kept them within the limits of hijab, but not too much where they would be like standing out or whatever. So that's it. Did I answer your question, honey?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. What's the next question?
The next question is when you're in public school, and you're wearing a hijab, do you get bullied for it or anything like that?
Oh man. Okay.
I got bullied at work. So I'm sure you're getting bullied in school.
When I was in middle school, that was I hate to say it, but that was my first fight, because a girl pulled off my scarf. And so I had to do what I had to do, defend myself and defend my faith. So when I learned from my parents that, you know what, if someone touches you, you're not going to get punished by us, and you defend your religion. When I got into high school was different, because the school I went to was an international school, so we had many people from all over the world in that school. So I didn't get bullied in high school when I wore my scarf, when I had my hijab on. It was more so my friends or my classmates. They were very protective of me. Like, when it was a windy day, my scarf flew off, and it was like going down the street. I had my friends going after it, chasing it with me, like, get her scarf. So when I was in high school, no, I wasn't really bullied in high school. And if anyone said anything, I had friends that was like, that's her faith, be quiet,
I think now, though, I think now the kids in school are learning so much about LGBTQ, ABCD, and then also about the racial tension that's going on now. I think more and more people are looking more into politics and things like that. I think it's a little bit more inclusive. It's still probably some issues, but it's more
it's still there.
inclusive. It's
Like
yeah, go ahead,
It's
baby.
still there.
for me, I'm homeschooled, but for one time I got really excited because they mentioned Ramadan in one of my classes.
Mhm.
And I got really happy about that because I don't think they ever have done that before. So I was really happy the fact that I actually mentioned Ramadan.
Ah,
Yeah.
my son had one teacher that did that. One teacher, it was the only teacher that I've ever seen do that. And she had the whole class to do a project about Ramadan just to include him. And that was a public school. But it was a very small school. They call them blue ribbon schools. It's almost like private school. And the whole class did that project, but I've never seen another teacher do that for him.
I know for me, when I was in high school and Ramadan did come around, they always had that was a subject to come up. And I got special treatment because it's like, if you see my head down in class, it's like, don't bother her, she's fasting. And that was a teacher. So it was good. And then when it came down to like Eid, they knew, like, all the teachers had it on their calendar because, like I said, the school was like an international school, so you had many students, and you had many students that were Muslims there too. So they already marked on the calendar, like, these are possible days that they're going to be off. So
right.
It was, the school was very open to it.
Mm-hmm.
Saeed is so gorgeous. All right, I have a comment here. This is coming from Miriam. Miriam says that my son is not in public school anymore, but here in Canada, they do recognize Islamic Heritage Month in the public schools. Yes, in Canada, I think they've made it so much easier for the Muslims there. Anyway, I'll continue. They teach the kids about Islamic topics and have guest speakers come in, which is nice. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, that is nice. Okay, we're ready for your next question, honey.
Okay, this is my last question.
It's your last question.
I may be able to think of another one. I may
okay. Okay.
But my question is like, when you go to a masjid and there's a bunch of, like, they're Muslim, they're foreigners, like a bunch of foreigners, and you're like the only black Muslim there. Mm-hmm. Is it really different? Really, like, fully different? I'm going to like a all black masjid and stuff.
I would say that
I've been in different masjids, and there is a difference, but there isn't a difference. And I don't know if your mom wants me to go through that. But number one, there might be a language difference. So that can make both parties uncomfortable. Number two is a cultural difference. And so that might make it uncomfortable. But the thing that I even tell my children is everything you do should have an intention behind it. So are you there to get popularity points or social hour, or are you there for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you keep that in mind, inshallah, what other people do, it's almost like wearing the niqab. You wear the hijab and you wear the niqab for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even though you might get bullied, I bet you the next day you're going to put your hijab back on because you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I even get it. I have gotten even to the point for myself is that when people are like, oh, are you hot? Are you hot? Are you hot? If you're hot, then I'm hot.
I've been through that before.
It's like, are you
hot where you're wearing
Yeah, or they'll say something about the niqab, and I say, does it look like I even care what you think about me? If I cared what you think about me, I would not be dressed like this. You understand? So
Mhm.
for me, and that's another thing that I've taught my boys, is that keep your intentions, and then it doesn't matter what other people do. But it is different. And we were talking about this earlier. The difference also may be because we don't call them foreigners, but born Muslims, um, they probably have family. They probably have friends that they've had all their lives and things like that. So when they go to the masjid, they usually have already talked to a friend or a family to get there and have something together, right?
Right.
But for a revert, we're usually alone. And so for us, it might feel like, ooh, we're not being included. It's just the trying to get over the differences. For some people, it's easier than others. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. Nadia?
I would say that it like Aisha said, that your intentions. You go to the masjid and you have intentions to go there for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's one. If you have this in your mind that, oh my gosh, they're going to treat me very, very differently, then you're bringing that on yourself. So when you go in there, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're not going to talk to me, and you get scared. So when you go in there and it's like, I'm just going for Allah, and you have this open feeling, inshallah, it's like that idea of the foreign masjids or born Muslims, however you want to call them, you won't matter anymore. And then you'll be surprised. It's like they'll just come up and want to talk to you, because you're like, oh, okay, because you washed it off. I would say that anytime you have those type of things, it's like usually it's like whispers where Shaitan's like, oh, you don't want to go there because they might not talk to you. So you get over that by not thinking about it and thinking everything in a positive way. Like, inshallah, you make dua. Inshallah, I go to masjid for Allah and I'll make a friend. Inshallah.
Yeah. Inshallah.
So you have that going in your mind, and you go to the masjid, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
A girl might lose something, and you're like, hey, you want me to help you find it? And then all of a sudden you have a friend.
And I think also another thing that, like, I'm always like conscious of where I'm going. Like, if I say I'm going to a store, I might just throw something on. But for example, I went, wa alaikum assalam, our Facebook user. This weekend I went to the park to see some friends of friends. Now, my friend said, hey, we might be at the park with some people that like Trump, but we're just not going to talk about politics. Well, in my mind, I really didn't care about that part. I really didn't care about that part. I cared about, okay, how am I going to get this niqab to look less scary for them so that they will talk, and be friendly and social or whatever. That was my whole thing. And that made me late by an hour just trying to figure that out. But I was putting too much pressure on myself. And I think that's what we do when we're going someplace new. We just put so much pressure on how we look and what are we going to say. If you just go and say Bismillah and have the right intentions, I think it would be just fine. And especially because you're super cute. So I think you'll be just fine.
Okay.
Inshallah. What's the next question? Because I think you thought of a new one.
I did.
Alhamdulillah.
Next question is, when you wear the niqab, is it hard? Is like the comments that people give you and stuff like that, and like when people come up to you, have you ever had like a scenario, someone followed you or anything, like something like that?
Yeah, I beat up an old man in a Walmart. I did. But when I have my niqab on, it's a reminder for me to be on my best behavior. I wear it more for myself than anybody else. You understand? So when I go out, have you ever seen those blinders that are on the horses?
No.
Well, on horses, they put up these like little shields so the horse can't see out of their peripheral vision.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
And that means that all they're going to do is look straight ahead and be focused on what's in front of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I put on my niqab, I actually feel like the blinders are coming on. So if I'm in a store or wherever, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And if you talk to me, if people talk to me, I'm like super nice. And I do that on purpose so that they can see that you can come and talk. And if they look like they have a question, I'm always like, please ask me a question. I love questions. You know, I try to bring people in so that they can say, you know what? I talked to this woman in niqab, and first of all, she was American. You know what I'm saying? First of all, she was American. And second of all, I think I kind of like her. She was super nice, you know? So because in my mind, the sisters are the front line of the entire ummah. And I say that because men can go out and dress whatever way they want to, and it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be like that. But we are supposed to be protected. So we are the front line of the ummah. And I make it a point my intention is to not put a black eye on Islam ever. So the niqab reminds me to watch my mouth because I have a mouth on me. It tells me to watch my temper because I have a temper. And my beauty, because I am beautiful. My beauty is for the people that I love and who I know love me, which is my family, sisters, things like that. So that's my experience with niqab. I love niqab, but I will put my hands on you if you put your hands on me. Period, point blank. That's just, I don't like violence. I am a veteran. I was in the army, but I will protect myself. And I have had to do that on a couple of occasions. So Catherine is here all the way from Australia. MashaAllah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. She says 2 out of 3 of her children are at school this morning because right now in Australia, it is about 9:30. No, it's 10 o'clock now, inshallah. So our sister Catherine comes all the way from Australia just to listen to us. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I also want to say assalamu alaikum to Natalia Sala. I don't know if Natalia is the same one as Miriam, but alhamdulillah, we are appreciative that you are here. Okay, Nadia, you had a caveat to what I said?
I'm sorry. I'm fighting, as y'all can see.
No, you playing. Yeah. Doesn't it look like she playing? She is not fighting. That's her playing.
No, he wants attention, and I'm not giving it to him. So I'm trying to be very professional as I do this. Anyways, yeah, I never really paid attention to people making fun of me in regards to wearing the niqab. I had people be curious, but I am going to say, like, Aisha, it's like when you're in niqab, you kind of be extra polite.
Yeah.
And you try to be very, very, like, oh, hi, how are you? Good day. And you say thank you. So your mannerism kind of kicks up a notch because you don't want people to get a negative attitude or a negative persona of people in the car, of women in the car.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because the people, when they see the news, all they see is bad stuff about Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody came and met me, they're going to be like, well, I met a Muslim and she was nowhere like that, you know? And that's what that's my intention, is to make sure that the experience they had with a Muslim was a positive one, so it can cut out all of that negative propaganda that's been going on all over the world. 1 second, you guys, we have 3 comments. Catherine said, yesterday at the supermarket, a lady and her daughter stopped and looked at me, and the mother said, that's not necessary. That's from 200 BC. The daughter said, so not needed in this day and age. And what'd you tell her, Catherine? Let's find out. She said, niqab is a new thing for me. I had to bite my tongue yesterday. and I was so furious, though. Funny you're talking about this today, and that happened yesterday. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. That's good. So now you know how it would have, because my response would have been, not necessary for you. See, I'm so gorgeous. I have to save the men for you. It's okay. I'm trying to help you. That's what I would say.
See, I would be like, and you're not wearing a mask because
Catherine said she didn't say a thing. Her look was enough. Yeah, sometimes the look will stop it.
You know, the eyes say a lot too. Don't play. As Niqabis, we learn to talk with our eyes.
Yes, they're very expressive. I know mine are. I can't hide anything, especially if it's something annoying. I'm like,
yes.
You already know what's going on. Okay, next question, honey bunches of oats.
Okay, this is my last question.
That's what you said the last time.
I know. It may be my last question. I don't know. I may come up with a good one.
Maybe now.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Go ahead, baby.
Okay. So when you go to work with a niqab on, is it hard? Or when you go to work with a hijab on, is it harder?
I worked before I was an entrepreneur. I worked as an executive for one of the top companies in the world, not just this country. And I was an executive, and I had to travel with them. When I started at that hospital, there was only 2 women that wore hijab. So what I did was all of my business outfits, I hijabified it. Okay. So it was like coordinated pieces, and actually I highlighted my hijab instead of trying to hide it. Cause some people would just wear like the all-in-one. Yeah, I think they call it an Amira scarf.
Oh, Amira scarf. When they wrap it, it's like one piece and they wrap it around.
Yeah.
And they're
so
done.
some people do that to keep it simple and not be so in your face. I'm kind of like the opposite.
Me too. I'll be in your face. It doesn't matter. You have to look at me. It's okay.
Right. I'm kind of like the opposite. I try to show the beauty of hijab. I try to show the beauty of niqab. And to be honest, by the time I left that hospital, there was 7 hijabis there by then. And these are sisters that had been working there a while, but they saw that we were dressing that way, and they gave them courage to do that. So sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses you to help someone else. Because they're looking at, like, if you went to school, I'm sure, Nadia, if you had gone to school and saw a sister going to your high school that was fly in her hijab, you know, it would have stopped the turban for you, don't you think?
Yeah, it wouldn't. I can't say yes, I can't say no, because it's like, if now see, you fell, that's what you get. Coulda, woulda, shoulda is like whatever, but I think when you have a set of Muslims, even not even in high school, but even around you, if you have a set of Muslimas that does wear hijab, you will be encouraged more to want to
Yeah.
do their hijab and get fancy and cute with it too.
Yep.
So yeah.
Even with our own sisters, you know, when I moved to one city, I was the only one in the niqab. Within 6 months, all the sisters had on the niqab, and we all went out to malls. We went to eat. We went everywhere. But it was because, you know, you get around people that, and they do influence you, whether it's good or bad. You would hope that it's always good. But even for my boys, you know, I had them in school with other Muslim boys, and they were wearing the kufis and the thobes and everything. Guess what? I didn't have to tell them to go put on a thobe. They were just coming out with them on, like, okay, time for school. So it's all about the environment you put yourself in. We have 2 comments real quick. Catherine said, "Oh, I'm slowly come to realize this is something that's going to become more and more common. I kind of just rolled my eyes." She's talking about people saying unnecessary things. You know what, though, Catherine? I'm telling you, the blinders on, and it's all a mindset. When I put this niqab on, the blinders come on. I don't hear. You actually have to yell my name sometimes, like Aisha. And I'm like, oh, hey, you know, I don't see nothing but what I want to see. I'm not listening to anybody that I don't want to hear. I really don't care what y'all think. You know, like, I'm here to go grocery shopping. That's it. Leave me alone, kind of thing. There's some people that, and it depends on where you go, they want to start trouble, but keep your faith, and you're strong, sister, so it doesn't matter. Catherine said, "I think with the niqab, the looks and comments are worse than when you wear hijab." Yeah, probably. I don't think that there's that much now. I think it's kind of relaxed. I did see a man see me today, which was kind of weird because I was like, nobody's gonna ask you to put on a niqab, fool. But he saw me. I saw him get irritated because he was in front. I was getting out of my car. I'm walking to the store. I see him get irritated, and he rips his mask off. And I was like, oh, yeah, that hurt. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, you really hurt me, kind of thing. But I'm so proud of the niqab, period. I think it's the most beautiful thing. Even in the way that I look at clothes now, like, I don't care about those bright, like, whatever. I look for the little, you know, just the little small things that I, you know, like for your hijab, you know, to me, the most beautiful thing is that it's draping across your forehead, and then you have it's focusing on that, but then it has the little flower on the side to say, yes, I'm cute. Yeah, look at that. See, other people would just be like, oh, that's that cloth. But for me, I'm noticing the glitter in the bang, because you got that bang going. You got the bang. And so I look at little details like that now. Like, I like the black crystals on abayas where it doesn't, you know, some people like the gold or the silver. Mm-hmm. I like the black crystals because you don't know they're there until the light hits it. And then it's like, ooh, you know, like that. So that's me. Catherine said, yes, maybe I'm paying attention. I'll put blinders on from now on. Catherine, put that blinder on and then come back and let us know how much. I mean, did it ease your trip or did it give you stress? For me, it eases me, but that's my experience. Everybody has to deal with stuff their own way. And then Miriam said, Assalamu alaikum, she's back. She had to pray Maghrib. It was Maghrib time where she was. I think she's in Alaska. I think Miriam's in Alaska, if I'm saying that right. Okay, next question. You thought
Okay.
about
The next
You
question.
can tell her it was going. It's like, I can't wait.
I forgot my two questions. I had two questions and I forgot both of them. Like, oh wait, which one do I number? I gotta think. And I finally numbered one. But Alhamdulillah. So my next
Alhamdulillah.
question is it hard to get jobs when you're wearing the niqab or the hijab?
No.
For me, it
No,
has
for me, it
been.
wasn't. Really?
For me, yes. For me, it has been very, very difficult. But I truly believe now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it difficult so that I can learn how to be an entrepreneur. And now I will never work for anybody else. The one thing that niqab does make you do is become creative. So I had to figure out a way to make money to take care of my children because I'm a single mom. And I used all of that experience that I used in the corporate world and just made my own company. So now I don't answer to anybody but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have my own hours. I make money when I want to make money. If I need more money, I work more. And I'm still here so I can homeschool my son. So as a Muslima, you have to be creative in the schooling. You have to be creative in your work environment because you need some place where they'll be cool to let you pray. It can't be someplace dangerous because then your hijab would get caught up in machines and stuff like that. So you have to be creative.
For me, it wasn't hard.
Culinary, so you're in the background, kind of. So it's different, right?
Well, no, because you still have to go to the interview and the meetings. So for me, it wasn't hard because you know when you are proud of your faith and you're happy and you're pleased with your faith, nothing is going to stop you. I remember one time I was going for an interview at one of like the top hospitals in Massachusetts, and a friend of mine said, "Are you gonna wear that hijab?" Because before I didn't wear the niqab, it's like, "Are you gonna wear that hijab?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "If Allah allows me to get this job, I'm not gonna take my hijab off for a job." And I did it. I did my hijab really, really cute, and went to my interview, and I got the job. When it came to culinary, same thing. I wore my hijab for the interview, and then when they saw me in my chef uniform, they saw like I had the scarf tucked in. And people always ask me, do you wear the niqab when you're at work? I'm like, no, because that's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't hard because when a person is interviewing you, they're looking at your resume and what you can do. If you put it in your mind,
they're supposed to.
Well, supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
In general, you're supposed to do that. And when you put it in your mind that you might not get the hijab because of your scarf, if it's a scarf that's stopping you from getting the job, then the job's not worth it.
Yeah. There's an old saying that was going around on social media where a brother was going for a job and the job mentioned his beard and said, hey, we usually don't wear beards and things like that. Is there any way you can cut it? And he went home and cut his beard. He didn't even get the job yet, but cut his beard to try to fit in. And the job called him back because they wanted to give the position, but then he had cut off his beard. And they said that they were looking for somebody that would stand up for their own morals and not just give up their own morals for a position.
Yeah.
And look, you disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trying to satisfy the creation, and you disrespected the creator, kind of thing. So I wear my hijab. Alhamdulillah that for coronavirus, because it has made the niqab a little bit easier for some people. Like I have had no, let's not say that. I have had very beautiful comments from people that I would not expect them to. Trumpsters, I'll say that. That's it. Y'all know what that looks like. Anyway, I've had Trumpsters come to me and be like, wow, your mask is beautiful. It's not a mask, but okay, because everybody's looking the same way now. I think my niqab is more convenient than a mask. I can eat without uncovering my mouth and nose. I can drink without, I can go to a restaurant, guess what, without taking off my mask and infecting everybody, So I think this time right here is a kind of, and then also, inshallah, it will ease it for the future. Yeah. Because now everybody knows what it feels like to wear a mask. They're not going to think that we're hiding back here breathing like this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, they really want to do it. Because usually people think that you're either married or oppressed, and that's why you're wearing a niqab. It doesn't even come to their mind that you think it's something beautiful or that it's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called you. Because for me, he called me to niqab 2 years before I started wearing it, but I was only wearing it like sometimes, or like playing with it or whatever. And then once I started working for my own, I went full time, like not just full time, and I love it. It stops me from going into places I shouldn't be in the first place. You're not going to see no niqabi, or you should not see. Usually if you see them in a place that they're not supposed to, even non-Muslims will come up and be like, what you doing here? They know your deen more than they tell you. You had one more.
Yes. Okay, my last question is it hard to make friends? Because no. I know when I was like 3, I made a friend. We didn't even know our moms knew each other at all. And we actually now, still to this day, are best friends. Just because I was wearing a necklace that she liked.
Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought her into your life. That's for so comfort. Cute. That's super cute.
And she's not even Muslim.
Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use you to bring her into the fold, inshallah. Ameen. I have lost friends being a Muslim. I've lost friends being a Muslim. I'm not going to say I lost family being a Muslim, but it has strained things with some family of me being a Muslim. However, I continue to treat them, even my friends, just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to treat everybody with kindness. And inshallah, my actions will change their minds. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you make dua to make you better, sometimes making you better means that some of these people you're around have to be let go. So if they leave because you're Muslim, you say Alhamdulillah. I have some friends that I've had for 25 years and they're not Muslim. And I love them to death. They're very nice. They've been very nice to me, and I appreciate their friendship. Because I'm not a person that has like a whole bunch of friends in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm very, very conservative and very, very private. But I'm on YouTube. Does that make sense? But you can't lament about that kind of stuff. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bring people in your life for a reason, and he's going to take people out of your life for a reason, and you just say alhamdulillah. You're never alone with Allah. Never. He's closer to you than what?
Anyone. That's actually one of my brother. His name is Allah's my only best friend.
That's his name?
That's not his name, but like his name, meaning of his name.
That's meaning of his name. Long name.
That's the meaning.
That's a Native American type of name.
I know. That's a waka waka. Okay.
That's the meaning of his name.
Oh, okay. Say, what's the meaning of his name again?
The meaning of his name is that Allah is my only best friend.
Oh, mashallah. My name is Aisha Mai Abdullah. Aisha means life, Mai means my, and Abdullah means servant slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my whole name means I live my life as a servant slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But my father gave me the first two names. I made up the last one. Well, I didn't make it up. I like it. So I changed my name legally so that that would be my name. But that was before I found out that you can't change your name. But I'm not going back. So alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I think for me, it wasn't hard to make friends.
I don't think it's hard for you to make friends. You just kidnapped me. You just kidnapped me.
Look, you blaming me for your shopping, so you ain't even gonna go there. I'm not even in the same state. But I know when I had my friend, I had a non-Muslim friend for like over 10 plus years, and when I got serious with my religion, we cut off. We got a distance, and with that, her being gone, I had an additional 5 more new Muslim friends, and we're still in touch with each other. So you don't look at if you lose friends because of your faith, don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing because Allah has something better planned for you.
I mean. What else for you?
No more.
Oh my goodness!
Unless you have a question for me, that's all I got.
So how do you feel? I know you're homeschooled, but you go out. So how do you feel as a juvenile Muslim young lady, being a Muslim, but you're a very strong practicing young woman. I already know that. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. But do you feel the difference?
No. I never have felt a difference, really. Like, I have my best friend. She's not Muslim. I never felt a difference with her. I have loose friends. I've lost friends one time because I was Muslim. I have gained friends because I was Muslim. I don't feel any difference about it.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And do you think that helps because you are homeschooled and it has made it easier because you have that protection around you?
No and yes, but I'm very shy and I'm very like in my bubble. I always have been like that, so I don't make friends easily either way.
Right.
Like one of my good friends came up to me while my mommy was praying, and I was just sitting there. He said, "Hey, you wanna go and color on whiteboard. I was like, I'm gonna wait for my mom to finish praying and ask her. And now we're like really good friends. And she asked me, and I wanted to talk to her and be like, oh, you want to do something? But I stayed in my bubble, and she came up to me, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I wouldn't say I would say like my bubble is like part of my personality. So I would not say, like being homeschooled don't change anything, I don't think. I think homeschool made it a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Because like when I have to go into the classes, I'm like, oh, I gotta go into class. I'd rather just go through the reading part of it all. I don't want to go in the class with everyone else. But I wouldn't say it's different. I feel like it's a part of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel now. Like once I really started learning about Islam, well, I had my hijab on anyway already. I started early. It took me just 2 weekends. I would just wear it on. There was 2 weeks, and I wore the hijab only on the weekends for those 2 weeks. But then after that, I was like, when I noticed that nobody was paying attention to me and it was all up in my head, I was like, okay, full time hijab. Still didn't know what I was doing, kind of thing. But it was in me. And now I kind of like feel like a soldier for Islam, where I just want to tell the world how beautiful it is and how happy it'll make you, and as I was telling your mother and Nadia earlier today, or was it yesterday, the whole intention is to bring Islam not only to the world, but also to our own ummahs, to say that there's love there. And if we can hit just even one person, inshallah, that would be the person, the witness for me on that dreadful day, and say, you know what? She wasn't perfect, but she taught me about Musa alayhi salam. She taught me about this. She told me this story. Or I saw her in the middle of a crowd in her niqab like nothing was going on, and I felt she was so strong. That's my intention, is like, I want to just do as much good as possible and to get it out there for everybody to see. So I'm kind of like dug in, like I'm like 3 feet deep in the mud. I'm not going anywhere right now. So I think that's how you feel about it too. You give me the impression that you love being a Muslima.
Yes.
Do you feel like it's like the norm for you? Because I was telling your mom and Aisha, I said, for me growing up as a Muslima, is like everything was just normal. Like the lifestyle of a Muslim was just normal. That when you go outside of that, like you call it like your bubble, and you see things happening that you're like, that's not normal. Do you feel that way sometimes?
I do. I feel like Islam for me is very normal. It's how I live my entire life, so it's very normal for me. Like going outside, and I'm like, oh, that's not normal, but that's normal.
Right.
It's very much Islam. It is my life. So Islam is very much the way I live.
It's like it's simple, right? Like even as like a young adult, you feel like it's really simple. Like 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, okay, you pray to Allah 5 times a day. You have a conversation with Allah 5 times a day. That's so awesome, and that's normal. And then you have people that doesn't pray, and it's like, how do you come first with him? Because you can't send him a text. So how you doing that? And it's like for us, it's like we have that connection.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I always wanted to ask a young Muslim growing up in the West, like, do you find it as normal? Because I used to find it as normal. And now you answer my question.
Yeah. How did he lie? See, you're helping us too. Well, we have come to the end, unless you guys have any more questions. because I'm looking at the background here. We are popping hot with the views.
Oh no,
They're not
that's
commenting a lot of their views. Pardon me?
So are we going to read some of the comments?
Oh, they're not commenting a lot, but there's a lot of people here.
Oh wow! Okay, awesome. I just love having our guest host on today with us.
Yes, I really appreciate you coming on. Today was our interview day, and I didn't want us up here just talking about the Muslim youth. I really wanted a Muslim youth to be with us, to ask us questions, to see how you feel. Inshallah, we'll find somebody that's in public school and see how they feel and get you connected with them too. So inshallah, you'll have a new friend.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. See, now it worked out. We actually had our interviewee here with us. It was an awesome one too.
She's an awesome intern, I'm telling you. She's an awesome.
Right?
Make sure you write this down on your resume. At 10 years old, I was an intern for All Things Niqab, and they told me I was awesome. Okay, that's what you should tell them.
I will.
I have my bang hijab going on with my little bead on the side.
I know she is rocking. Look, she know what you're talking about too.
That side, yeah. Cute. I want to know how to be
Miriam is in New York, and she says her children are in public school. Inshallah, Miriam, send me a message later on. Inshallah, if you have girls, she said her daughter is 8 and her son is turning 12 in November. Okay, 2 things, Miriam. Number 1, my son is 12. Inshallah, your son can hook up with my son and be like
Zoom buddies,
Fortnite buddies, or whatever. Because I am not coming to New York. I can't stand New York. I don't know how y'all live there. As soon as you get out the cars, anyway, stop for a lot. And then she says she has a daughter that's 8. So yeah, we need some little girls that are in hijab, inshallah, that go to a public school. If you have one of those that would like to come on and ask us a few questions or would like to answer a few questions, please send a message to either Nadia, Nadia, at allthingsniqab.com, or Aisha, Ieshami, at allthingsniqab.com, or Carisha. Or you can just send the email to allthingsniqab@gmail.com. I think we have a regular one too. She said her son needs Muslim friends. My son is as Muslim can be. You should hear him talking to his teachers. It's like,
I love it. I love it too. Tell him the story about the Moors. That was the best one for me.
I'm not telling them that. Because my son is homeschooled too, he gets real history like you do. So alhamdulillah, those kids that are in homeschool, you guys have double the knowledge because you have to learn the information in order to pass tests, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have to learn the real information. Mm-hmm. You know, so and because he's like that, usually when he does go to public school and the teacher's trying to teach him something that's not correct, he's going to say that's not correct, and he's going to not relent until you tell him you are correct. That's just how he is, you know, unless you prove him wrong, and then he'll be like, okay.
No,
If
is
you
this the
say
one that
so.
likes the video games? Is this the young?
Yes.
This is the little one.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
little
the
more
one that's
advanced.
doing Dawa on Minecraft and building
No,
masheeds.
he's not doing that on Minecraft. No.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah.
Yes. Building masheeds and the Kaaba and all kinds of things on Minecraft. You should see it. It's funny. It's hilarious. But I love
that's
it.
good.
So alhamdulillah.
Yeah, at least he's not saying he's trying to build a man. He's doing masjid. I mean, hey. Have some little Minecraft Muslims going in and then have a quick buzz on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, they can do a lot with that. I know the schools are using it for history class and science class and things like that. So,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
they do. They give them projects to do, and it turns into a big thing. It really can be something very productive. And they love doing it. So, you like Minecraft?
I like Minecraft.
What do you do on there?
I usually just try to live because I'm very bad at Minecraft. I just try to live as long as I can. I mean, Roblox, I can play Roblox, but like Minecraft, I'm gonna try to live as long as I can.
I usually just try to live. Don't
That's
we
it.
all?
In this life and in Minecraft.
Exactly. In everything we do. All right, you guys. So, let's see. I really appreciate you coming. I really had a good time today. You had some outstanding questions. My children just broke my fan. You see this?
Your fan use a USB cord?
It has a lithium battery to recharge.
Oh, yeah, you're so fancy. You are so fancy. I still plug in my. I know I don't even.
Girl,
have
this
a
fan was like $5. What you talking about?
Whatever.
This is like you, it's like you and your cheesecloth.
What? Oh my god! You asked me about it.
Carisha,
Yes.
tell the people how she had me in Walmart for a whole hour looking for cheesecloth.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness. As you in Walmart, I just went online and looked it up and was like, oh, they sell it in Target. Let me just get it for you.
It's all her fault. It's all her fault.
I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I'm like, I've used a tea filter. I'm like, I've used parchment paper, cheesecloth.
Oh, I've got to. You guys just reminded me. I've got to.
No.
I gotta practice my tea before I get on the thing.
Oh yeah, practice your tea. The cheesecloth.
Oh, wait, we got some comments here. Hold on. Miriam said, responding to you, not like New York. We are not big fans living here. I wouldn't be either. It smells like a toilet up there. Okay.
Oh. True though. True. Very, very true. It does smell like urine every single morning. I don't know why.
I don't either, because you never see them using the bathroom outside. I just don't understand why it's like that. Anyway, Miriam said that her son corrects women when they're showing their body. Yeah, my son does that too. He be like, you can't tell her to go put some clothes on? Boy, leave me alone.
I know, because you get uncomfortable.
You have to lower your gaze, son. Lower your gaze.
Yeah.
Looking for.
Yeah.
But it's like uncomfortable.
It's hard for the kids now because they have made the children so sexualized right now.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
The first year my son was here in public school, I think it was third or fourth grade, one of those. And he came home saying, well, my teacher said that you can be born a transsexual, I think it was. And you can decide if you want to be a boy or girl. And I was like, Zakai. He was like, I know. I'm just telling you what she said. So, it was something that I had to address, and it's not the first time. I think to round this whole thing off is that the upbringing of the children has to be the most important thing for both parents.
Mhm.
That's number one. How you're going to raise them and stick to it.
Mhm.
If you stick to it, they will stick to it.
Facts.
Even in their teenage years, they are going to rebel. However, if you have started the foundation, if you started, like my son, we took Shahada when he was in middle school. That's a rough time.
Wow, yes.
That's a rough time for you to change your whole world.
Exactly.
And like, you know, we've had some because he wanted to like go to prom. You know, there was a little girl that was kind of stalking him, little kitty cat, little girl. That's what I called her, a kitty cat, because she was sneaky.
Oh,
She was sneaky. I was like, does she know that you're not going to be with anybody with at least, if they don't have their hijab on, she can't come to my house? And he was like, I know, Mom, I know. I was like, okay, alhamdulillah. But but he has turned into, because I was trying to, I think for my dean, trying to help get their dean, we had to fast track it. You know, we were fast track. So me being so adamant to install Islam into them also helped my dean. And even though, you know, my son hasn't a temper like me, he has a mouth like me. So we still clash on some things, but there's one thing that I do know is that he respects me.
And that's the biggest. I
mean, it has gotten to the point where he tells his friends, well, why are you jealous? Because I have a good relationship with my mom, you know, and I was, you know, he doesn't know this. Shh, don't tell him. He doesn't know this, but when I heard it, I was in my room like crying, because I mean, that's such a it felt like such a reward to hear your child think that you have a good relationship. You know what I mean?
And you want that.
Yeah, and they're very protective of me. You know, the best thing is to see my little son, like if my sideburns are coming out and he's like, you know, pushing them back in. I love that. So I think Islam made all the relationships that were important to me still, it made it better.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
And you know,
we have one comment before I bawl my eyes out.
You know, when you was pausing, I was like, oh, here we go. Where's that?
And I'm sitting here quiet. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing.
Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it?
What? I'm not saying nothing.
I'm like, you turn on gray.
Yes, I'm like,
this sister from YouTube said, I don't normally comment, but you guys are great to watch. You guys bring up some good comments and questions. Mashallah. We really appreciate that. That's what you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Somebody sees you, and that's what we want. If we touch one person and make it better for you, inshallah, we've done it. Inshallah.
Teresa, your star was amazing. Okay. I was like, Teresa was like, yes, I got some questions for you guys.
Yeah.
And then every time she asked this question,
like, going. Look at that.
She got the band with the little drill on the side. I was like, okay.
Shake your head, girl.
No. Show them.
Whip it. Give him a whip. Whip it.
What's the name?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, back and forth.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she was excited.
My little stash and get you one of my princess hijabs. You like orange?
Yes, that's one of my favorite colors.
Okay, inshallah. I like sending surprises.
Oh, I have a
That's
question to ask. Would you consider wearing a niqab like when you turn a teenager? Have you ever thought of that?
I have actually want to be in the Kabi.
She was actually started me. She actually
Mashallah.
started me because she was like, I really want to be in the Kabi. Her nickname at one of the masjids, well, one of the groups halakas that we go to is Blanket, because she'll sit like in the adult halakha and she would have a blanket over her head because she's on her tablet like playing a game. And so they nicknamed her Blanket because, and ever since she was little, she kept her blanket with her.
I thought this was
Blanket.
totally Michael Jackson. I really thought it was.
No, it's not. It's not. It's the other way.
If you want to wear it, start now. If you're gonna wear the niqab, start now. There are so many young girls size niqabs that I've seen just to fit your face. There's so many out there. Actually, I would send this to your mom.
What's so amazing is that I see a lot of people talking about the children in hijab going to school, even high school, but within all things niqab, I am seeing more teenagers that are in high school wanting to wear niqab.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, she was my motivation for hijab, for niqab, actually, because she was just like, I want to wear a niqab. Like a couple of years ago, and she kept saying, like, I really, because she used it like the blanket. She's like, to her, she's like, okay, I can be me and I don't have to have all of me seen. Like, she's like, it'll be my big girl blanket when I'm out and about.
Me too. I think that's another, mine is just a reminder to keep my temper in check. I know that for me. I already have a big personality. My whole family does. But we also have a temper, and so for me, like when I was telling you I was beating up the old man in Walmart, I actually flipped it. Before I touched him, I flipped it because I feel like when I'm doing something, bad, it's like disrespect to my niqab. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I flipped it just to be, that's how.
Just to get that feel.
Oh,
okay.
But
here's what you can do. If you have a shayla, you have like a scarf like this.
Let's put her on Front Street.
Yes,
Hold
we
on.
did. Yes.
So if you have a shayla and you want to be in a niqabi or you want to try it, this is what I did when I first started. I didn't have no niqabs. I didn't have I didn't have anything. I just had like shaylas, like long scarves. You take this, right? Put it by your nose bridge and you tie it in the back. Really, really tight. And then you pull this up.
You look like a mummy.
Oh,
that's awesome!
That is
never knew that.
No, because we've done it, but we've just like tied it and then wrapped
wrap another scarf over. I never thought.
Yeah, no. This is easy. And then you get cute because you have a lot of scarf in the back. You just take the scarf in the back, the other piece, and just.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh, I am so mad. I never thought of that before.
So if you have a shayla or a long rectangular scarf, and this is for anyone who's interested in being in a niqab, you do not have to go and buy it, like buy a whole bunch. Just get your shayla.
Don't be like Aisha and have 30 niqabs in the closet.
No, I have like 5. Well, 6. I have 6 now, but I have like 5.
Anytime anybody says, "Oh, I'm looking for a niqab," I be like, "Oh, really?"
I have like
Shayla was the first hijab. The shayla was the first hijab of the believers. The mu'minat,
Yes.
they didn't.
Yeah, because
had
they
it
lifted it.
Yeah.
and they had it, they had it in the back, like that, right
Yeah.
into the front. So many different ways. Like I love these because they're so like you could do it so many different ways. Like two pins and done. Anyways,
Well, Miriam
like,
says that her daughter wears niqab. Is that the 8-year-old, Miriam?
Yeah.
That's the
How old is
8-year-old
she?
wearing niqab?
get it, girl.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
wow.
Your daughters are going to want to emulate you. So if you're
Yeah.
walking around looking like you have no clothes on, they're going to grow up walking around looking like they have
Exactly.
no clothes on. If you walk around totally covered, your daughters are going to want to do the same thing. And then also for your sons, don't think it just stops with your girls.
Exactly.
If you walk around naked, your
Mhm.
sons are going to want women that walk around naked.
Exactly.
You as the mother are walking around modestly, they're going to want women that walk around modestly. It's just like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know, like, for me, like, to a lot of people, they think that I'm like sociable, but I'm really an introvert. When I put on my hijab and niqab, I get a confidence. Like my
Mhm.
husband has even told me, like,
Me
duh.
too. Me
Yeah.
too. I have zero confidence that you come.
It's like I feel like, yes, you're speaking to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
without it, I would be
I
like,
have a question. I have a
As a
question.
matter of fact, when I go to the store, I feel like I'm like 7 feet tall.
yes.
And I'm
Look at my dress.
strutting. I'm not doing it on
Yes.
purpose, but it feels like I'm strutting across the red carpet,
Yes.
going to get
I feel
my
like a princess. I
Cheerios.
feel like a straight up princess. Like I feel like here I am. Yes, and don't let the wind blow. Don't let the
Oh,
wind
no,
blow.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
no,
The
don't let
cop
the
is
wind
blowing
blow.
too. I was
Yes.
like, y'all can't
I'm
touch me.
feeling like a queen walking
Yes.
there.
I'm in the grocery store, like kicking my dress, like my steps are long.
Right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm like,
floating
oh,
across.
like, yes.
Yes.
Did you?
Let it
Did
be
you
a windy
say
day in my niqab. It's just blowing in the
Did you
breeze.
say
I feel like
Yes.
No, I'm not doing all that.
Yes.
I did.
Alhamdulillah.
I even hold my purse different too. I hold my purse, girl, please. I hold my purse like,
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a completely different, like, it's a whole nother level. It's like I put on my crown, but like,
and then my dress is long. I just tilt, I pull it up because I don't want to trip. I just pull it up a little bit so I can walk. But my dress is still like it has that gown flow in the back, so it has
Yeah.
that triangle.
Yes.
So I got
yeah.
my purse, my cute purse, in the cup, and I'm just like, and don't let me have a coffee in my hand because I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you're acting as if nobody.
Yeah.
You're like,
When you get your serve up.
yeah,
You get your
seriously,
serve up.
I changed it the whole, and I'm the most maddened person when I'm in the cup. Like, thank you.
Yes, yes.
because
Oh,
your
yeah.
actions get
Oh, that?
all
Oh, yeah.
exaggerated.
Oh yeah, the drama goes 10 times forward.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like I feel like a queen.
Yeah, exactly.
Alhamdulillah.
I feel like it goes toe left. How about you?
Yeah.
Can we zoom in? Can we please zoom in on Carisha's niqab? Because I swear I see the sparkle. I mean, do you have diamonds in your niqab?
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought so. Because I'm like,
Look, there's diamonds at the
Shimmering.
bottom too.
no, you didn't. Okay. This is a shimmering. Hey, I got you.
Here we go.
Like, yeah. There we go.
There you go. They
You said you got to be fashionable. Okay. Got the glitter going.
Alhamdulillah. She
Why can't
looks
we ever
gorgeous.
be serious?
I know.
Let me tell you,
Jab is already, look.
I'm not gonna give too much away, but when I saw the white niqab, I was thinking of another video. And I was like, why is she wearing that? And then it just, when you put your arm up, I was like, wait a minute. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, girl. Gorgeous. MashaAllah. All right, y'all. We've been on for an hour and a half today. We've never been on this long.
Mashallah.
That is great.
Oh, Carisha was like, yeah.
Yes, sprinkle it, baby. Sprinkle
Yeah,
it, baby. We have had a wonderful time. Carisha, tell them what they need to do, please.
Like, share, subscribe, click the bell,
Ding, ding, ding.
and share again so you don't forget anybody. And we're accepting donations at all things.
You froze. You froze on. And
I was giving them a minute in case they were like,
oh, you didn't. We thought you froze. Sorry. Okay, do it over.
Okay.
Get
Like,
your
share,
stuff all right. Let's go.
subscribe with everybody.
That's right. Share with everybody.
And we're accepting donations at allthingsnaqab.com.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes.
So you gotta give them a minute so they can do it.
That's
And
right.
you can think of that person that they didn't share it with last week. Then you can say, oh yeah, just in case a sister needs something, or so the podcast can grow. Oh, now I can remember to do that. Because you can't tell them it all at once, can you? They're going to forget.
Yeah. So this week, this is a short week. So today we had this beautiful interview with our young apprentice. And then tomorrow is what? What is it, Carisha?
Workout Wednesday.
Where we get it right and we get it tight. Oh, we're gonna do. What are we doing tomorrow? Do you know?
No, I don't know. What do you want to do?
That she's gonna kill us. That's it. She's gonna kill us.
Off top of my head.
We're gonna be out of
When I
breath.
make stuff up, it's not as hard.
We have some new people coming in. Hold on, you guys. Assalamu alaikum, Niema. I hope, inshallah, I said your name right. We love you, ladies, and show may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless y'all. Ameen. And Asia said, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Jazakallah khair for joining us. Inshallah, we've been on for about an hour and a half. So we might have
3 minutes.
We might have to change times because Maghrib is showing up like 20 minutes into the show. So I know some people can't come because I don't know what time. Inshallah, audience, you tell us what time you want us to start. Because we do know that Maghrib is coming in and Isha is coming in. So we want to make sure that we get all the information. But I do want to remind you that all of our videos are on All Things Naqab on YouTube, and you can go back and check them. We need those views to go up. We need our subscribers to go up because we are trying to do big things. Fi sabilillah, for sure. Then on Thursday is Taste It Thursday with Nadia.
You don't like workouts? You don't like workouts?
Where's the high five? Yes, girl. Yes, me either.
No, fine. No.
You guys.
Virtual 10.
Hold on, YouTube. Okay, so on Thursday we are doing curry chicken.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Thursday we're doing curry chicken with a drink called Sorrel. It is also called Nature's Kool-Aid. It is also called hibiscus. It is also called Flor or Flower of Jamaica. Every culture calls it something different, but it's all the same flower. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.
I can't wait to make sorrow.
Miriam says she wants to start at 5 instead. Not 5:30, but 5. I don't know if we could do 5. Maybe 6.
I could do 6.
Yeah, 6 sounds better. That still gives us an hour and maybe a half before Maghrib comes in, depending on where you are.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. Remember, I know it feels like we've been doing this forever, but this is our 3rd week.
It is?
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God, this will be a month.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said that, we're going to have to use Monday as Saturday and Monday for me, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday for you guys to have a break and not have anything. I have to do Sundays. I don't know why. I always get this Sunday started. You remember I was doing Maghrib Mondays.
Right.
But on Friday, when we finish our lives, I always think about it. And then I tend to make dua and go to sleep. And by the time I wake up on Saturday, the hadith or the companion or the prophet comes to my mind. And that's what I talk about on Sunday. So Maghrib Mondays is turning into Sunshine Sundays instead. And
and your names are cracking me up.
I know. I can basic.
You be coming up something over there
Wednesday.
What was our Friday?
Something to make people remember. You can't just have 3 sisters on here just looking at each other. We gotta be,
Look, I got sparkles. You got yellow.
I have gold. Hey,
this is coming down.
This is that yellow. Look, this is that Florida friendly. You see?
Oh yes,
Florida friendly because it's hot here. And so I put on my little ninja scarf and I keep it moving. Okay, Miriam says 6 works better. We're going to start, inshallah, the new times after we tell everybody the new time. So it'll probably be next week or the week after, Miriam. Inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, so Taste It Thursday. What are we doing again?
Curry chickens and sorrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, curry chicken with some rice and beans.
And I make your own rice. I'll show you how to make rice.
And then on Friday is our Muslim Twitter time. Okay, we've been trying to be nice, but y'all be making us hype.
I remember. I wanted to say that.
Yes.
I was like, suck it, stubborn.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, by Friday, we're having to kick off some topics because I don't want this to be a rumor mill and a backstabbing and slander and all over the place. We're just dealing with the topics that actually all of us have in common, which is the Quran and Sunnah. So whatever is happening, last week, there was a lot of sisters that were talking about anyway, that's why we started talking about the brothers on Friday. That's why we started talking about the brothers on Friday. So Friday has now turned into Muslim Twitter.
I told you that.
Oh. What'd she say? Look at her and her job. Carisha got it going on.
Oh,
that is adorable. Look, she's like, I don't care. I got my drink.
You gonna look
I got
at
my
her?
drink.
She's like,
no.
no.
Right? She sees the divas in her too. She's like, mm-mm.
Yes. She's like, don't look at me. I'm concealing my beauty. I'm drinking.
Right.
"Mm."
Mashallah. All right, y'all. And so
Friday.
Friday is Twitter time.
Okay.
And then we have Saturday off. On Sunday, I do not know who the companion is until we finish Friday. And we'll just keep it at that for now on.
Okay.
Oh, and those sisters that were having, there was a couple of sisters that sent me a message saying that they were having issues with breathing in their niqab. All right. So, first off, suggestion, always know that niqabs, all fabric is not for every season. So as you can see, I was showing you this hijab that was kind of see-through, but if you double or triple it up, it's very modest. And you have niqabs that are like, this is a Japanese crepe. And a Japanese crepe, it's dark, so you don't see through it, but it's also super light. Like the wind blows, this is blowing with it all the time. And then if you go into the fall, you have heavier fabrics. But one thing that the corona has started doing is making people invent stuff. So like this little piece, you've probably seen it on Facebook or on Amazon. If you put this on, it gives you a little bit more air to breathe. So now the fabric, you probably can hear me even better now. The fabric is not on your face.
Ooh, I like that.
I
like that. You can push the fabric out more.
Yeah, it puts the fabric out so your voice is still clear. It helps you breathe, and you can still stay covered. So just you know, some of these things that happen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings is for the benefit of all. And I think have everybody wearing masks, this is a pretty good idea, I think.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do like that. I didn't think about that.
You can find these on Amazon now in all different shapes and sizes. I got
how do you
5
put
of
the
these.
on? Do you put a string on it?
Yes, a string in the back.
You can. On this one, it has it in there. But I have little inserts, or you could just put it on your face because it sticks to your skin.
Like your brackets. Okay.
Yeah, it sticks to your skin. So,
wow.
Or if you have a little mask, you should put it in the insert and it'll help you breathe, inshallah. So I had like 5 messages about that. Some Muslims, some not, asking how did we breathe. There you go. If you're having an issue, you know.
And you have to think about the face too, because you know some of the openings are small or they'll be tight. And so
it depends on how you tie it in the back. If you tie it up high, it drapes more down like this. So it's not so there's that pocket there right here, you can breathe better. But if you do it like straight across like an equator, it rests right in here. Yeah. And so then it kind of gets down on the nose. And if you have bell pepper nose like I do, we can't have that. We don't have the potent.
So Carisha, for that niqab that you have, if you put your ponytail low, like close to the nape of your neck, and then tie it on top of the ponytail.
Yeah.
Because if you tie it on top, it tends not to slip as much. But like if you've ever noticed, you don't have that ponytail and you just letting it hang. If you tie it straight back, it starts slipping and things like that. So
yes, and see, I have to watch it because I have a big ponytail. So
bring your ponytail, and I know. Yeah. Bring your ponytail and make a very low type, like chignon, whatever they call it, bun. Like rapid.
Okay, wrap it tighter.
Yes, wrap it tighter, closer to your nape, and then tie it on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't wrap mine tight. I don't wrap mine tight.
Let me show you. See?
Okay. So tight. See, I don't wrap mine tight. That's what
I don't wrap mine tight either because I wear glasses. So I always have wide eyes. Only because
I love the wide eyes.
Yes, because I have big eyes too. So I know some schools of thought they don't like the wide eyes because they think that only the eyes should be shown and not the sides of your eyes.
Yeah, I've heard that, but no, my eyes will water.
Islam is easy.
I want them to wear one.
Make it hard.
Exactly.
Just be happy we have it on. Compared to other things that we can do it. Yeah. So, alhamdulillah. All right, y'all. Jazakallah khair.
Oh my gosh.
This has been a wonderful time. It has been so wonderful that we have let the time really slip off. And as you can see, we could keep going.
Exactly.
Now we were live. I really did.
I did too. I did. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of get comfortable. All right. So inshallah, we will see you tomorrow at 7:00 for Workout Wednesdays with Carisha. We did it right, and we did it right. And then on Thursday, we have Tasted Thursday with our beautiful Nadia. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Wait.
She's going to teach us how to make some curry goat. And I'm going to help her by teaching you how, because we have to let it, what is it called? Steep.
Yeah, you have to let it sit for a while. Yeah.
So you got to let it steep for like 30 minutes. So at the beginning, I'm going to tell you to put it in and we're going to let it steep and then we'll do the rest by the time her curry goat is done, inshallah.
Wait, goat? You said goat? Chicken. I need to get a goat.
Oh, no, we're making curry chicken. I'm sorry.
Get a goat.
I got to go get a goat.
I've got a store. I've got a halal shop by me that sells goat. Like
I know, but then I would have to go get a goat, and I went and got chicken.
Yeah, I got some chicken. I went to the halal shop and got some chicken. I did not debone it myself. Kill me later. I don't care.
Oh, I'm gonna break the bone.
I got some very nice chicken breasts. I never buy chicken breasts. I did that only for you, Nadia.
Oh, but see, you use the whole chicken, but we're gonna use the chicken breast because it's easy.
I know. I have to use it.
What are we using?
You don't have any of it?
Are we using thighs?
No, it's any part of the chicken. Don't matter. It's just chicken.
Okay. I thought you were telling me I got the wrong part.
No.
Oh, that was such a cute no. Do it again.
No. See, look at that. There we go. That's a dramatic no. Let's study how you have to say no in a hijab.
I know, right?
No.
Alhamdulillah. All right.
The mannerism is right here. Allah just say, you put this on.
This is Aisha Mai. You also have Nadia.
Again.
You also have Carisha. And we are All Things Macabre Podcast, where we cover almost everything.
Everything.
Almost everything. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Tonight was a blast. Thank you very much. And inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow live at 7:00. Make sure you got your workout gear on, because we gonna get right and get tight, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Make sure you study and pray.
Oh, I need 2 hands. There we go.
Oh, I was supposed to tell them something else too.
What?
What?
Oh, we're going to announce it on Thursday. The pretty plate.
Oh, okay.